Evening all, better late than never. Yes, I was just out celebrating. Our next door neighbours are having a birthday party. So that's a happy birthday to their youngster who is now 2. So welcome everybody. Hi to Andy, hi to Simon, hi to Crafty Poncho, and hi to Gus and Ivy Charles. Yeah, blimey, Rev's changed. Yeah, new intro, guys. Courtesy of the guy, Zhead. And as usual, the StreamYard link is up. So if anybody wants to come and jump in on the StreamYard tonight, throat's a little bit better this week. We shall see how long the throat lasts, and we shall plough through this week. We're going to be talking about new bike venues. Obviously, everybody knows that we are normally down at the Super Sausage on a Sunday. But obviously there is a new venue now. It's called Gasoline Juice. Andy has done a video of his little ride down to Gasoline Juice, and he even rev bombed in the tunnel. That's good. So that's up at Weedon, little museum sort of thing. It's got a little shop in there, coffee shop and a food shop. And evening Mark from Leeds. Mark's here as well. How do? And Andy's obviously went down there last Sunday, I think it was. The video's up on Andy's channel. Go and see how much it was for a sausage roll. £5 for a sausage roll, and Andy's face, it's like, it's not exactly Greg's, is it? No, exactly. The poor woman's face in the background. If you go zoom in when Andy walks away, and Andy's face is like, yeah, okay. The poor woman at the counter, she's like, great video that, but nice bit of drone flying, and I don't think the guy on the door appreciated Andy's drone flying, but Andy is a very good pilot when he's got his drone out. So evening to JDM is on the stream as well, so evening buddy. And I'll try not to cough too many times tonight. Kazumoto's here as well. Kazumoto's got a couple of new videos up as well, so if you haven't seen Kazumoto's channel, go and check him out. And obviously, bikes are selling very, very well. It's the start of the bike season, I do believe. So we are obviously new brand WK Scooters. And I know the guys from WK will be watching the stream tonight. So I've got to give a quick plug to Quadzilla and WK Bikes. Now, we do the SX and the MXI. I have got the motocross version turning up for me in the next couple of weeks. Quadzilla are bringing me up a motocross bike to try out one of their new range. So I shall be out, and I'm going to be owning that for a week and taking it out and having a little bit of fun on it. And also, for those that do ride a BMW, first week of April, I shall be having a brand spanking new GS 1250 Adventure Triple Black. And I am going to be having that for about 2 or 3 days. So Wollaston BMW have offered me a BMW to ride around for about 2 or 3 days, do a review on it. And if I like it, then I might be owning a BMW as well. Joining us on the show, it's the man himself, very own blacked out Mr. BMW. It's Andy GSA Tractor. Evening, buddy.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, so Wollaston have hooked me up first week of April. So I've got it for, I'm picking it up on Friday and I have to take it back on the Monday. So I'm going to have that for the entire weekend. I am going to be going out and probably putting about 200 miles on that thing. But I should be...
What are you doing for the rest of the weekend?
I know, yeah. They've told me I can only have it for 2 to 3 days maximum. So, yeah, it's going to be good. Gas is off-road. Watch out, walkers. Exactly, yeah. Oi, Andy. Kazumoto has just said you're going to love it. I will, yeah. JDM, have you bought your WW23 ticket? Yes, I have. I am coming up on the Friday, so I'm going to be probably up there around about 1-2 o'clock. And then I'm going to be departing Sunday afternoon. So I've got a long weekend of that. So, yeah, I've booked the entire weekend. So, yeah, 130, I think it was about 135 quid I paid or something stupid like that. So, yeah, so I've got my WW23 ticket. So I'm not going to be doing the adventure bike one. I think it's the ABV, is it, Andy?
It's the ABR, isn't it?
ABR, that's it. Yeah, I'm not doing that one, but I am doing WW23. And I was chatting with Ponkster yesterday, so I shall be pitching my Lone Rider tent up and brewing up in my own tent, mate.
That's the thing. It's a tent.
It's a tent, yeah. But it is. I tried it in the back garden. It is bloody warm, mate, because it's double lined, and it's great when you've got your jet boil going with a little bit of heat. It and half warm it up really, really quick. So
When is it?
it is the last weekend of July. I think it's 28th and
Should be half
29th.
anyway.
Let me just check my calendar because I've got it on my calendar on my computer. Roll forwards. It is July the 28th, 29th, and 30th. So, but they have got a Premier Inn just around the corner. So you can always go to the festival and then take the bike out and go to the Premier Inn and then come back in the morning.
Yeah, you could do.
Yeah. But I'm going to be going. How the GTR will fare on a muddy field, I do not know, but we shall see.
Not every. They have loads of different bikes there anyway, don't they?
Yeah, normally. So yeah, but I know Lockie's going down and Ayrshaw's going down for it. JDM, I've still got definitely going, but you'll add Lockwood. Yeah, I know Lockwood said to me that I haven't heard from Lockwood in absolutely ages. I'm getting Lockwood deprivation.
I caught up with Lockwood and Stu the other day. Yeah, they're both all right. Just taking a bit of time out. Stu's busy doing building a bar at his bowls club.
I know, yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's nice. I spoke to Stu. He's actually meeting up with us. He's got Friday and Saturday off work, so he's having 2 nights, 3 days with us up in Edinburgh.
Excellent.
A few weeks time, so that should be a good crack.
Ah, brilliant.
Lockwood's coming up as well.
And I don't know if Port is going to be on the stream. Now, if you didn't know who Port is Stuart. Me and Andy have met him up at Super Sausage quite a few times. His little blue Titan. He brought it in for he brought it. It's done 42,000 kilometers now, 42,880 kilometers. Brought it in today for his 6 monthly service because he services every 6 months on it. We dropped the oil on it, and as we dropped the oil, I said to my tech, because I said to my boy Cam, I said, all right, you can do the oil change on it. I'll do the tires, the bolts, and everything else on it. As he dropped the oil out, he went, "Oh shit, what's this in the thimble? 4 ball bearings and part of the piston ring."
Ugh.
Yeah, shitloads of metal coming out from underneath. And we called him in and obviously said to him, I said, you do realise these ball bearings are either going to be from your lower crank bearing or they're going to be from like the bearing on the top of the piston. He said, "Oh, someone did my head about 5 weeks ago." I'm like, all right. Well, just to obviously let you know, your bike could last 6 minutes, 6 hours, 6 days, 6 weeks, or 6 months. But obviously, ball bearings falling out the bottom of your crankcase is not a good sign. But he's going to basically ride it until it goes bang. But he rode all the way back to the other side of Kettering today, and he made it home. So he said the bike's running fine. There's nothing wrong with it. And I'm like, yeah, but obviously we had to advise you that there was ball bearings and bits and pieces of metal hanging out the bottom of the bike. So it could be, one of those that lasts forever, or it could literally just go pop. But we had to advise him on that. So he's keeping his eye on it.
Kazmoto's just asked what WW23 is. It's Wildbad.
Yeah, WW23. It's known as Wildbad. It's run by a guy called Richie Vida, who's very, very big on YouTube. Used to be a singer, but he obviously hangs out with the Missing Dick Flyer, Lamb Chops. You've got Lamb Chops, Richie Vida, and then obviously Bruce Teapot.
The other day on one of his videos.
I did notice he commented on you. Nice video, mate.
He did, yeah. I sort of called him out on one of his. I think he was just snooping around mine.
But it's nice to get a bit of interaction there. He's a bit like chalk and cheese. Some people like him. Some people
take criticism. Don't put yourself on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but the one that I always get on really, really well with is Bruce Teapot One. He's a really nice guy. He's down to earth. He's always got time for everybody. But I haven't got time for these people that tend to be, "Oh, I'm a YouTuber," and then you see all their lovely videos on YouTube. You go and meet them in the flesh, and they turn out to be an absolute arsehole. And for instance, take that lady that came into Super Sausage, I think it was about 6 weeks ago, Andy. And she walked up to me and she went, "Oh, do you know where Rev Bomb is? Because I noticed you've got Rev Bomb on the back of your jacket." And I went, "Yeah, I am Rev Bomb." She went, "Oh, we follow your channel." I said, "Oh, brilliant." I said, "Do you want to, and we basically bought her a cup. I think we bought her a cup of coffee as well, gave her some stickers." And then I said to her, I said, "Well, while you're down here, there's Andy GSA Tractor, there's Simon GTR, Rhythmic's there, Uncle Red's there, you've got Mad Old Biker there as well." And we all ended up giving her stickers. And the smile on her face, she went, "You guys are absolutely lovely, exactly like you are on your Friday night live streams." And I went, "You don't watch the Friday night live streams?" She went, "Yeah, I think it's hilarious." She said it is a little bit rude, but all you guys that hang out together. And then she was like, "Oh, I'd love to meet your Scottish guys." I went, "Well, jump on their channel and ask for a sticker." So I don't know if she has or not, but she said, "It's great. You boys are just exactly the same as you are, when you're doing your videos." And I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "Some people are." And then you get the motor vloggers that are so far up their own backsides that, they do it just for the monetization and how much, how many views they can pull in on their channel. So it's one of those, unfortunately. Quick hello to this guy was The Adventures of Bella the Enfield. Welcome along to the channel on a Friday night. He was on Peaky's midweek mumble on Wednesday. So the Wednesday.
Yeah, I went on for a bit. Went on for about an
hour. I'm the only one that goes on CBF 600. Nothing wrong with a CBF 600. Richie Vida's annual event. There we go. Wild Bad Weekend. Search it on YouTube and you'll see. There is, or you can just go onto Google and just type Wild Bad 23. It will come up with the website and you can join up. You can buy the merch. You can see all the videos. But it's literally a load of bikers getting together in a field. Massive marquee. When you buy your ticket, you get free food for the whole weekend. So you get your meal tickets for the weekend as well. So it's really good fun down there. And there's a bar. You basically get pissed and roll back in your tent and fall asleep. So that'll probably be me about 6 o'clock now, in my luck. I'm avoiding the alcohol this week. I have got a glass of wine, one glass of wine tonight, which was given to me by the neighbours because obviously little baby next door, she is 2, little blousey, so she's 2. And we normally sit in the back garden and we have a chat with our neighbours and the baby comes out. It's not normally Dave hug. So, yeah, she's great. Quick one. Oh, Grey Wolf's here. Evening, Rev. Evening, Andy. Good evening to all. Grey Wolf, another good channel to go and watch. Go and check out Grey Wolf. As I say, on all my videos, go into my description of any of my videos. Underneath is all the YouTubers that are all part of the team that we follow. I haven't heard much from our American friends, so Salty and Sprinkles. I haven't heard much from them. They're normally in. I haven't heard anything from Hells on Two Wheels in ages either.
I think Military's in the UK anyway.
Military, Stevie is over for Saturday, I believe. He's up north somewhere doing an opening at a store. Paul Keating's here as well. Mad Old Biker. Evening, Paul. Oh, here we go. I'm going up on the Wednesday and helping set up. No meal tickets this year. Richie's having catering vans, so eat what you want. Ah, there we go. Cheers, Simon. If I can get up early on the Friday, then I might make the ride out. But obviously, travelling up from Milton Keynes, it's going to be a bit of a push to get up there in time. So, because obviously Thursday night is the last night I work at the garage. And to get up that early, I'm going to have to probably be up about 5, 6 o'clock in the morning to get up there for 8 o'clock. And then obviously I've got to set everything up as well. So, yes, London Bike Show this weekend as well. It's MCM one, isn't it, Andy?
Yes, Divot's MCN.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're heading down. We should be there for about 10, half 10, I think.
That's going to be, for those that are going to that, that's going to be, a good bike show this weekend. And then obviously we've got our one in July, haven't we? So we've got the motor vlogger stand in July as well.
So you got Petersburg as well.
So that'll be quite a good one. For anybody who wants to come and jump in on the StreamYard link, all you need, grab your computer, grab yourself a laptop, make sure you've got a webcam and a microphone. If you are coming on the StreamYard link, do mute your YouTube. I had Phil out of our ride team. Phil came in today, brought his rocket in, and it passed with flying colours. Yeah. Big old big old heavy bruiser of a bike though. You try jacking that thing up to try and check the headstock bearings. It was a right bit of fun. So yeah, that was good fun. Where are we, Simon? John Dyard, you won't miss me. Stuck out like a sore thumb last year on the CVF. At the end of the day, a bike is a bike, you know, as long as it's. That was the other one I was going to discuss because someone said to me, do you nod to everybody, even if they're on a 50cc? Yeah, I do. I tend to nod at
one of my last videos, you know. I don't know what it is. It's just you'll get a day where everyone and their dog will nod at you.
Yeah.
A little salute, and then you'll get a day where you're nodding away and they're just ignoring you. I think, what's the point?
Yeah.
You mad?
Yeah. I get it all the time. Oh, hello, Mrs. B is here. Are you going to say hello to everybody? Come and say hello. There she is.
Hello.
Evening.
Good evening.
She's off to play bingo in the bedroom now.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah, later on it'll be bingo. It's like, I'll get a full house later, mate. Oh, she's going to give me a slap for that now. Bless her. So, yeah, I tend to just nod at everybody. The only ones I don't tend to nod at are the Ubers because they've got absolutely no idea what the nod is, and you can normally spot them because they've got the big top box on. So, yeah. Oh, Paul just said I don't nod to BMW riders.
They're arseholes.
But then again, he is a Triumph rider. So, yeah, IB Charles, hi, Mrs. B. She doesn't pop in very often, but she tends to sort of stick her head in the door every now and then. I went out. I've done, 3 rides this week, Andy. And, oh, God, where is it? Look at the state of my Media Mod cover. It is caked in dirt. Absolutely caked in dirt. And so much so.
I spent about 60 quid, 65 quid on them on mounts for both the helmets.
Yeah.
And now I've put the black screen on. If you mount a camera there, you can't see sod all.
Oh, typical.
I just tend to use the 360 more than anything.
Yeah.
Now. It does
you can see this. Look at the state of that. You can probably see it. Look how state of that visor. That helmet needs a bloody good clean. I got stuck behind a lorry doing a ride test on a customer's bike, and it was like, Jesus Christ, the spray off of it. And I'm like, just give me some rain, people. I need something to wash these roads off. Time I got back to the garage, the bike, brand new bike, and it was caked in it. And I had to jet wash it, blow it off, and then ACF it. And then I had to take it out again today and do the final ride test on it. So I had to wash it again today. I was like, Jesus Christ. How is in the room? I don't nod to old dark red Triumph owners. And as Gus said, scooter riders, scooter riders never nod. Yeah. Oh, yes. Mr. Keating, Paul, is now going to be a ZZR owner. It's in the pipeline that he's going to be buying. Yeah, he's going to be buying ZZR, I believe. So I hate to think what obviously Z-Ed's going to be buying. Andy's just said to Bella, give me a shout, and he'll have his logo on his cap. Just watch out for Andy. He'll have the Andy GSA jacket on as well, so you can't miss him. The nod is not a huge thing in Australia. No, I had one go past me the other day. I was on. I was doing the final ride on the LSZ, which is the new one that Lex Motor bought out, and the guy went past me and gave me the 2 fingers down. I'm like, oh bloody hell! I haven't seen that wave in quite a while.
In Europe, when we're touring, you can't pass a biker without them giving you the 2 fingers out or even a leg out. They're going past you or going the other way or whatever.
Yeah. He's going to look out for you, Andy. 360 is better from the viewer's point of view. You can show whatever rather than one focal point. Exactly, yeah.
It's just a ball because you got anything twice, but other than that,
yeah. I got rid of my 360. I sold mine to BBB, so she had that. But I am looking at the new 360. But remind me not to nod at Quackero. Yes, I will, my darling. Oh, pull the door to because I can hear you talking. All right, she wants to watch telly then. Lots of anti-Triumph talk going on here. Where is Rhythmic? Rhythmic is probably out enjoying his bike like he should be.
Yeah, he just went from one coffee stop to another.
Yes, he does. On his video, because he said, is it a sports tourer or a hyper tourer?
It's a sport tourer.
I always, yeah, his version is the sports tourer, but obviously the GTR is known as the hyper tourer, just due to the speed of it. But yeah, some people call them sports tourers, some people call them hyper tourers.
They're all right. All their bikes are right until you come to a bump, and then they all stop, and then I have to just zoom past them because they've found a bump or a couple of holes in the road. We
Rhythmic-
to that depot, and it is quite there's speed humps and there's holes everywhere and craters everywhere, and they're just all slamming their brakes on, slowing down to about 2 miles an
I
hour.
noticed you went flying past them. Yeah.
I did. I just put the power on and let the bike do the work. Just go straight past them all.
Well, that's what shock absorbers are for.
Yeah, what it's for.
Yeah. Saw Andy's antics at Weedon. Naughty Andy.
The thing is, we're out there. We flew the drone over, and I brought the drone back down, and the guys come over and said, "You wouldn't mind flying that round my shop, would you?" I said, "Which one?" Because there's 3 sort of outlets there. Right at the very end, you got gasoline juice.
Yeah.
First one you come to is like that cafeteria where
Yeah.
they want to charge the earth, and then you've got his sort of unit in the middle. So I said, "Yeah, well, I'll have a go," because when you take the drone up indoors, you've got no GPS stabilization.
Yeah.
It takes a hell of a lot of concentration to keep this thing straight. And that bloke's face when he's walked in and seen that there, and when you watch it back on the video, I'm pretty sure he says he swears at it. And I said to the missus, I said, "He's got a problem. He needs to speak to the owner." And the owner was the one standing next to me, go that way, go that way, go this way. And then when I went back out, the guy who owns the first unit has come out and said, "Can you fly around mine?" Well, there must have been 100 people in there. And I said, "Well, to be honest, mate, I don't really fancy flying it around there while it's so busy." So he wants me to go back when it's empty.
Yeah. Yeah. But we've all at least them things because they're under 250 grams. As long as you've got your pilot's license, you're fine.
Yeah, it was a good laugh.
But if I go up there this weekend, I might get mine up and have a good old fly round and see what I can see. So slap the Ubers with a wet fish as you ride past. Oh, great!
In it, we get that fish out and slaps them on the back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, StreamYard links up, guys. Anybody wants to jump on the StreamYard link with me and Andy. The other thing, obviously, let me just pull this up because I always have a laugh at MCN magazine. They've gone online now, but obviously, motorcycle news. Umming and ahhing, US firm launched 6 new small capacity models. Yeah. I knew, oh God, it must have been about 2 months ago, Andy, when I said to you the new UM's coming out in the UK. So, motorcycle news, you need to get all over it. The other thing was obviously there's 2 Honda RC45s that are due to go under the hammer at the auctions this week. Indian have launched an FTR racing bike, and really okay. But there's nothing majorly on MCN. MCN seem to be phoning up dealers to say, "Oh, what's the latest model that you've got? Would you like to advertise on our page? And we'll give you, you pay us X amount of money to advertise with MCN." Why would you do that? When it was the magazine, it was great. Now it's online. There's not really much to NCM. It tends to be more sponsored ads than everything else.
The thing is, there's not a lot happening in the bike world at the minute, is there? I mean,
No.
what on YouTube they've launched the new V-Strom, haven't they?
Exactly.
Lamb Chops and Richie Vida have been out testing the V-Strom, so that's out.
German Jobbers is in. Evening all on the night trunk, so he's out in the lorry, so listening only. Evening, GJ. Good to see you. German Jobbies has done a couple of good videos as well, out in the snow. Rather him than me. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Hoping to catch up with German Jobbies when we go down past his neck of the woods when we're away in June.
Yeah. And the best thing is obviously today, we've had, I think, 4 phone calls about the R1 that's in our showroom. The first guy, Scottish biker, and phoned up and said, "Oh, can you send me a full video of it?" So we did the video of it.
It's not Z, is it?
No, that's what I thought. But when I messaged him back, he said, "Yeah, love the bike. It's immaculate. Has it got ABS?" And I went, "No, it's an older version. It's a 52 plate. It's not going to have that. Oh well, I don't want a bike unless it's got ABS. Really? It's an R1. You don't want ABS on an R1. You want to be able to sling that thing around." But then the guy came in this afternoon, phoned up, and literally, "Can I have a viewing of your R1?" And I said to Rebecca, I said, "Oh, you do the viewing. If the guy needs any advice, give me a shout." And she came out and she went, "Oh, can you just give this guy a little heads up on it? Is it the full powered R1?" I said, "It is the full down your face, basically rip your head off and crap down your neck R1. It's the full horsepower version, no ABS." But it will kill you if you are a bit of a hooligan with the right hand. That bike will kill you. It's known as the Widowmaker. And he went, "Oh," he said, "I'm just looking at the history of it. It's had 16 owners." And I went, "Yeah." I said, "The last guy that owned it had it for 2 weeks and handed it back." And he went, "Why did he hand it back? Was there something wrong with the bike?" I went, "No, he just couldn't handle the power of the bike." I said, "He was just a bit, I said, "You've got to remember it's 1,000 cc's of pure race machine. And it's basically a track bike that's been made for the road. It will kill you if you don't look after if you don't respect that right hand, it will." I said, "If you go and watch my video on YouTube, I did the review on it and the ride test." I said, "I have the front wheel up in first, second, and third gear because I'm banging the throttle home." I said, "If you ride it like a normal 125, nice and gentle on the throttle, you'll have no problem. But if you want to open it up, save it for a straight road and don't blast it into the corners." I said, "But it does corner nice." And he went, "All right, I'll have it. That's what I wanted to hear." And he's paid his deposit. He's having it delivered as well. So I should be doing a ride test on that and trying not to get the front wheel in the air while I'm doing the ride test for the review for the customer. But God, what a machine. It's lovely. German job is evening, buddy. Hope the fog's lifted. And as Simon said, yeah, R1, it's the Widowmaker. A lot of people have killed themselves on R1s because they just can't handle the power. And it's the same as basically Andy's bike or my bike, GTR. My GTR is very, very quick off the mark from 4,000 RPM upwards. And Andy's bike in, what was it? Not Dynamic, is it, Andy, or something?
Yeah, Dynamic Pro.
Yeah, if you've set that thing, you oik that throttle, that is going to take off like a scolded cat. But it's just respect for the bike, and respecting your right hand and knowing what your limitations are. My one, obviously Andy took the mick out of me when I first owned the GTR because I'd poddle down the A5 at 65 mile an hour, and he's like, "Give it some welly," and I wouldn't do it for about 6 months till I got used to riding the bike. Now I throw that thing around all over the place. And it's the same with any new bike. You have to learn what your capabilities are, not what the bike's capabilities are. Andy's, opened it up a few times and overcooked a few corners, but he knows he can hit that front brake and that bike will instantly, even if he's in a corner, slow itself down because he knows what the bike will do now. That's exactly what it is. 3 deaths last year in Devon on R1s, yeah. They are a nasty bit of kit, but yeah. The readable bike mags and newspapers, mostly finished motovlogging, is the new news medium. Yeah, it's like News Watch with. I do, yeah. It's rather than sitting here, "Hello, kids. Here's the parish news this week." We're not going down that route. I'm scared of anything without ABS personally. So my latest thing. Some people do like ABS. Some people don't like ABS. When I had the ZX7, now obviously that was 1996, and that never had ABS on it. But the amount of times that I used to throw it round the roundabout with the front wheel going, trail braking on the front end, and loads of throttle on the back, and make that back end drift. There's one because someone picked up on one of my videos, and he said, "You come round the Stony round." Andy knows the Stony roundabout going onto the A5, And he said, as you go onto the A5, you're in lane 1 and you drift into lane 2. He said, but if you look at the front wheel's dead straight and you can see your back end moving over. I said, yeah, because I'm drifting the back end and trail braking the front. But I spent years and years riding that bike and I knew the capabilities of the bike. I could drift the back end round corners, no problem. I burnt up, I think, 2-3 sets of tyres on the back end because I used to love drifting the arse end around. But there's a very fine line between drifting the bike, that rubber catching, and high siding you. So you've got to know your limitations. Eventually they brought the ban forward for 2025. Yeah, all other ICE vehicles banned from 2030. Exactly. Yeah. Throttle goes both ways. Need to respect the power. Exactly, Gus. Exactly, mate. And face up to our fears is the slogan. Right, let me just kick out of that. I've got shed loads of questions. Why do people message me on my Google account and ask questions on a Friday when you should be coming on here and posting the questions here? Would you consider, here's one for you, Andy, because obviously your missus has got a 125. Would you consider 2 up on a 125 is reasonable?
I've done it with missus and I'm a right lump. So yeah, it's all right. Why not?
Yeah.
I don't expect it to go uphill very fast, but yeah.
Exactly. You're going to be doing 30, 40 mile an hour on it.
You've only got to watch some of them videos in India and they've got the whole family on the bike and enough wood to build a shed and a week shopping.
Exactly. And they're on a 125. Yeah. So, you know, if you've done your test and you're still on a 125.
The thing is, 125s are built with a rear seat and rear foot pegs. So why not?
Yeah, why not go 2 up? You know, a lot of people don't. A lot of people will just ride the bike, do their DAS or do their Mod 1 and Mod 2, and then move on to bigger bikes. But if you want to stay on 125, you know, and you've done your license, you don't want to move up to the next level, and you want to pilly up, then yeah, do it.
Just let the insurance company know because you have to be insured for pillion.
Exactly. Yeah, really. 2020. How long before bikes over 125?
Which is another bugbear. I hate the fact that you have to do that.
Yeah.
Be sure your bike, will you be carrying a pillion? Yes, so that will the price up. When you buy a car with 5 seats, they don't say, well, are you taking passengers?
Yeah, exactly.
I do it with bikes. Mad, isn't it?
No, it's you know, because they said to me, are you going to have a pillion? I went, I don't know. Sometimes I'll take a pillion out, but normally I solo ride. But if I want to take someone out on the bike, then yeah, I will. And what happens if your mate breaks down and you've got to run him home on the back of your bike? Here we are. Simon, 2 up on a monkey bike seems to be the latest craze at the moment.
Well, what you could do is just put some roller skates on and tie a little bit of rope to the back of the monkey bike.
Yeah. Will never happen. There's not electric. That's true. Yes, as Paul says, you know, well done to BBB. She's passed her big bike license now. Good on her. Yeah, good old girl. Yeah, BBB's done really well. I think it was that 2nd or 3rd attempt? I can't remember now.
I think it was cancelled a few times. It was her 2nd attempt, wasn't it?
Yeah. But she did say that the guy that done the test after her got lost and ended up parking in the multi-story car park. he lost
They can't fail it.
Yeah, he lost the examiner. But then normally, if you lose the examiner, you pull over and wait for him to catch you up. But the guy went back out to try and find him, and the guy had parked up in a multi-story. So yeah, congrats BBB. Well done BBB. Yeah. So yeah, BBB is going to be moving up to big bike, and then obviously watching the videos from last week, Andy. Poor old Aiden dropped his bike.
Yeah, I think it's just stalled it as he's turned left, but you know, no one was hurt, nothing was damaged. I think he picked up a little bit of yellow paint from underneath the other bike.
Oops.
Which was cut out. But yeah, I mean it happens. I mean that bloke when I was pulling off, that bloke walked in front of me, and you know, good job I had some foot in, otherwise I'd have been off because he just didn't look.
He won't be the first one to drop their bike in super sausage. I'm still living it down after I
a bloody speed ramp coming out. So when you come out of the sausage now, they've put a sleeping policeman right across.
Oh, you're joking.
No, so you have to go over that before you can actually pull out onto the road. It's made it dangerous.
Oh, that's bloody stupid then. I think it might be time to find a new bike calf then.
What? Well, you'll get lost for starters, won't you?
No, not now. Now I've got the
Your bike will end up with the super sausage, and you'll be going somewhere else.
yeah. No, I've got the 550 on, so I can go further afield now. I'll tell you what. Oh, what a pain in the ass to put that on, because I had to take all the original bracket off, then unscrew the back of it, take it off, change it
You will have
over, put it all
put the
back
lock
on, put all the bracket on. Oh, Jesus Christ!
That lock's nice because you can leave it on the bike and know someone ain't
Yeah.
just going to walk
Because
off.
one of the guys, he said to me, he said, "Oh, you've got a sat nav. You want to watch out if someone might pinch that." And I went, "Have a go, mate." And he went, "Oh, it's locked up." And I went, "Yeah, I've got a lock on it now." He said, "Yeah, but your other one slid out." And I went, "Yeah, but that was just a 420."
The
But,
locks are expensive.
quick, let's just go through that. The yellow speed trip is a joke. Yeah. Let's go great with it. It's crazy, and they used to it points people buying new ones. Whedon. Yeah, I think Whedon is going to be the new sausage.
I don't know so much. The thing is, people can't get breakfast there, can they?
No, you can buy a sausage roll and a cup of coffee, but people want
Yeah,
a
if you
proper
remortgage
brekkie.
your house and sell your bike.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't be paying £5 for a sausage. How much was the coffee and tea in there though?
I think it's about £3 for a coffee and about £2.50 for a tea.
That's about the same as sausage then. Yeah.
Fair enough. I get it. I mean, I know the sausage rolls and that were all handmade, but I still, £5 for a sausage roll. Seriously? I
Yeah.
said, why don't they knock it down to £3 and sell them all rather than leave them all sitting in the cabinet at £5?
Yeah, I dropped my chest fish on a zebra crossing. Waited for a face over road like a nut and past it. It's a confident test. Yeah, IB Charles. Yeah, £5 for a sausage roll. Yeah, and then £3 for a coffee. Bloody hell. There we go. Bridge and Tunnel Scooter Club are in. So I like a good sponge cake. Charles has said, just bring a picnic.
£5 slice of frigging cake.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you next thing to do is like me rock up at Weed and I'll bring me jet boil. And I'll charge £1 for a coffee in the car park and I'll boil you one up. That's the easiest way. I'll be over that way. Yeah. Oh, Solo Moto. Yeah. I think Solo's going down this Sunday to Super Sausage because he was catching up with Peaky, old Derek. They'll go past if he stopped going to Super
He's up in Scotland, isn't it? Peaky.
Yeah. And he should bring a flask with those luggage racks. Yeah, on his bed. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You can all bring your kitchen in the side panel. I'll tell you what, Andy will bring the barbecue. I'll bring the jet boil, and we'll make a roaring trade.
That's it. We'll just sit outside.
Sit outside cooking up. Yeah, exactly. Oh God, what a night. Let me just go on to some of these questions. Right, so let me just rock up onto my Gmail account. Let me just go. How many YouTube links have people bloody sent me? Do you use Snapchat at all, Andy?
No.
No, I've got rid of mine this week. I keep getting. I'm sitting because I only follow it because Grant's on Snapchat and posts the bike pics. So I thought, I'll do a couple of bike pics on Snap. I keep getting these like, Ellie Devine has added you as a friend, or Sam blah blah blah, or Betty Uara, and I'm thinking, right, okay, yeah, ignore. I don't know you. And then one of the guys went, "Oh, you want to watch out for all these females adding you?" I went, "Why is that?" He said, "Because they're porn bots." And I went, "Damn it, I've deleted them all." Bloody typical.
Yes. Priority is what you should have pushed.
Yeah, exactly. I should have pushed. Yeah, friend. Yeah, exactly. Right, let's go back onto the mails. And right, looking at buying a new scooter, what would you say the best brand is? Any brand. If you want,
What you can afford, basically.
yeah, basically, you can either go for your premium, so it's going to be your Suzuki's, Hondas, Yamahas, Kawasaki's that do scooters, or you can go along the routes of cheap Chinese. There is nothing wrong with a cheap Chinese bike because most bike parts these days do come out of China. But it's all what your budget can handle. Yes, Chinese bikes are going to rust a little bit quicker than a decent color, and it's all down to the paint spraying and the powder coating at the end of the day, because it's obviously done on a budget to save the money. But if you look after it, maintain it, keep it clean, any bike will last you a decent amount of time. Oh yeah, Gus has just said, yeah, Fembots, exactly that. Yeah. Vespa GTS 300, yeah, really good scooters, the Vespas. And there is a lot of people that are obviously buying Vespa and what's the other ones? Lambrettas, Royal Alloys. They do really, really well. Did I hear Mrs. Tractor has a 125? Yes, she has. But, any scooter is a good scooter as long as it's maintained, serviced, and you keep the damn thing clean. And as I say, a good coat of ACF 50. Any anti-corrosion is going to keep your bike going for you. You look at Stuart, obviously Stuart that come out today, he's had Lexmoto Titan for 5 years now, done 42,000 kilometers, and it's still going, apart from the fact that a bit of piston ring and a couple of ball bearings have fell out the sump today. But the bike is still running and he looks after it because he maintains it regularly. If you just ride it backwards and forwards to work, can't be asked, just put petrol in it, it's going to pack up after a couple of years. Gus has just said, never trusted small wheels, bit twitchy. Depends if you're on 10s, 12s or 14-inch tyres, the smaller the wheel. Harder it is to, keep some decent stability on the road. But most of your 50cc's are 10-inch wheels anyway.
These WK scooters you're knocking out now.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing it now?
I think about 6-7 weeks, and we've sold, I think, about 5 or 6 now.
Okay. Any feedback from the owners or?
Yeah. The only one that I've had, and it is in tomorrow, is the blue SX that we sold 5 weeks ago. And he said to me, my reg light's flopping about all over the place. And I went, get it into me. Let's have a look. Now, you've got the plastic housing with 2 bolts sticking out. And on the back of that, inside the mudguard, is a captive nut. And obviously, they've not tightened up the captive nuts. So the captive nuts have just undone themselves and it's rattling around in the back. But good build quality. To get to that rear mudguard, you have to have the seat bucket out, the rear fairing panel off to unbolt the mudguard, to take it away to get to the metal plate underneath. It's 2 hours to change the rear number plate light. Rather than...
They're all okay.
Yeah, and do it the other way. But I spoke to WK beginning of the week and said, look, this guy's got a reg light out. It's going to take me about 2 hours to do it. I need the parts. And they went, yeah, no problem. I had them next day. They FedExed them on 24-hour courier. But what WK do, they charge you for the parts. So we've had to pay for the parts. Then when I do the warranty, I put in the claim, they reimburse the labour and the parts at the same time.
That's right.
I can't fault them, And I said to them, I've got the parts. Thank you very much. I've got 4 more just turned up because we've ordered another 4. Can you send me the WK packs? Basically the promotional material that goes when you sell the new bike. Lexmoto, you have to go on and print your 12 slips of paper off the website, and they get you a little plasticky folder that you have to actually fold yourself and stick it all together. That is your Lexmoto. Well, you've seen what Lexmoto pack looks like. Yeah.
Got one here.
The WK bikes comes in a cardboard folder, so it's a really nice hardback cardboard folder like a book.
You get a bloody satchel with a BMW.
Yeah, with this you get a nice little foam insert that takes your WK manual. You get a pen and a USB stick with WK on it.
That's right, isn't it?
And I'm thinking, oh, this is pretty good.
They come with racks ready to put back boxes on and stuff.
Yeah, they're pre-racked up. So all you got to do is literally pull the rubber plugs out, stick the bolts through, racks ready to go on.
Good, isn't it?
Yeah. So, WK are really, really good. And the other thing was, obviously, I phoned them up and Becca phoned them up and said, we could really do with some posters or some, promotional material to put in the showroom to advertise WK. And they went, yeah, what do you want? How many posters do you want? Do you want some T-shirts or a jacket, to, advertise? Oh, she went, just send us what you want. We've massive, great big box. I've got a DPD delivery coming tomorrow. And they've literally bundled it out next day. Most people would be, oh, yeah, we'll send it to them in a couple of days. They were on the ball, literally, bang, right, let's get that parceled up and get it out to them. So, for customer service, I can't fault WK. So, really, really good.
Carl's in the house.
Yeah, fine. Let me just roll down. It sounds like a ball ache. You need to take the inner wheel off. But, yeah, you change your headlight on a Nissan Qashqai, you've got to go in through the front wheel arch. So it's tyre off, wheel arch liner out.
There was a Renault, probably about 10 years ago. There was a Renault that had a 4.5 hour job card to change a headlight bulb on a Renault.
It's mad, isn't it? Mr. Carl Dutz is here. Yay! Evening, Carl. Carl's not been very well for the last 4 or 5 weeks. I hope you're better now, Carl. Good to see you on the stream, mate. Rowley's here as well. Howdy, Revan, guys. And what? Yeah, 28 watching and only 12 thumbs up. If you haven't clicked the thumbs up, guys, go and give me a thumbs up on the live stream. IB Charles, evening, Rowley. Evening to everybody. And yeah, should come with a bottle of WKD as well. I can't fault the WK bikes. They are really good. And then obviously we deal with George, who's our area rep. And he obviously said to me, he said, if you can do us some like Instagram photos, load of bump, take some photos of the bike, get a load of stuff out to us, and we'll advertise it all on WK. If you go on WK's on Facebook, they've got our latest post of their 2 customers and their SXs. But then he obviously said, we're looking at getting a blogger on stream to do some reviews. And I went, yeah.
WK, because I've not heard of them.
They're all they're basically run by a company called Quadzilla that do the quads. So they do WK, CF Moto. I'll tell you what, let me just pull up the Quadzilla website because they do about 5 different brands at the moment. Quadzilla, there we go.
You know what Quadzilla sounds like to me? It sounds like you're walking in and getting 4 hamburgers.
So they do the CF Moto, so they do the big quads. They do CF Moto motorcycles, Slam, so they do all the Slam range. So all the new motorcycles they do as well, and then they do WK as well. So you've got the Scrambler 50s, the little Colt 50, which is the Grom. So basically the Lexmoto Riot, all the way through, right up to sort of your big 600s as well. So they do a 250, a 650. They do massive, great Touras 650 TR bikes. But they're all marketed by CF Moto and WK. So, really good bikes. And he's going to send me the motocrosser first. And then we've got I think another 125 to review. But he said to me, when I spoke to him, he said, how much do you want, per video to advertise it? And I went, nothing. I don't want any money at all. I'm quite happy to advertise your brand. Because if I get the views on the YouTube, I'm making 30, 40p a video, but it gets me out on a bike. So exactly that. So I'm not worried about getting money in from a company to advertise their product. If I'm quite happy to do it, but be prepared that if I don't like the bike, I won't pull any punches. And he went, what do you mean? I said, if I don't like it, I will say it on my channel that, as a personal opinion, this is not my bike. And I've had it in the neck this week from Lexmoto. I rode the LSZ. So they do the LSN and the LSZ. I took the LSZ out for a customer. I got back and I had a blister on the back of my coccyx where the pillion seat was rubbing the base of my spine because it was such an uncomfortable ride. But when I actually tried it compared to the LSN, it's a totally different bike, and it's just the reason being that the LSZ is a lot smaller in the frame, and a lot lower to the ground. So I'm cramped on the bike, and it's like riding the LXR or the LXS. The LXS is a lot smaller. Phil sat on it today, and I said to Phil, I said, it's not just me. Sit on that bike, and Phil sat on it and went, Jesus Christ, he said, that pillion seat rubs the base of your back. And I went, yeah. Now you imagine me doing 10 miles. That's why I got a blister on the base of my coccyx. And he went, it is uncomfortable. And I went, yeah, but I didn't pull any punches. I did say on the video, this bike is uncomfortable for me because I'm longer in the leg. If I was a shorter leg rider, it'd probably be fine. But I'm not going to go, oh, this is a lovely bike to ride. This is beautiful. I adored it. I think it's the best thing. You should all go and buy one, because all you're going to want is some long-legged rider sit on it and go, oh, well, your estimation was wrong, mate, because I found the thing bloody uncomfortable. So exactly that. Give an honest opinion of what you think as a personal opinion. I didn't like the bike.
I only give you a personal opinion.
Yeah. You know, but you see some of these bike bloggers, they'll go out and they'll review it, and they've been given a backhander from the company to go, oh, review my bike and make it really nice. Oh, this is the best thing since, sliced bread. You should go and buy one of these. It's comfortable. The fuel economy is great. No, I'm not going to do that. Let's go through some of these. Carl, I've seen White Evans on Sizewell go Barry Furnace a couple of weeks back. If I had more time, message, but I wasn't right. Oh, JDM, you should have popped in and saw our Carl. Watching the Sweeney, your Nick, son, yeah. Chinese WK, they've got really good reviews, yeah. My WK review that I've got, I did the first walk round. I thought, oh, for a first ride, I thought this is quite nice. The mirrors are good. Everything's good on it. But the second or third ride, you're thinking, hang on a minute, for $2,000, and it's competing with Lexmoto. The Titan is the biggest seller on the 125 market for a scooter. This WK is the same price as a Titan, and it's got more spec to it. Why are people, it's basically like going into McDonald's and they're going, is a 99p burger, but we'll do you the Big Mac for 99p. You know what you're going to be having every time. You're going to be taking that Big Mac because you're getting value for money, and that's what the WK is. As I say, there's a lot of bang for the buck, and it's literally the Titan has analog clocks. That is it. WK, you've got analog speedo, but everything else is digital, and it's really, really nice display on it as well. Loads more room under the seat, better fuel tank on it, more miles to the gallon, and it's just such a better ride. But as I say, I don't pull any punches on my reviews. Cold Nuts, up your way, first week of August. There we go. Andy's up your. This bike will give you arse blisters. It's exactly, as I say, Howie, I don't pull any punches. And go and watch the review of the LSZ. I was so uncomfortable riding that bloody bike. Review of it, yeah, told it as it was. Yeah, seat is rubbish. The 1000 SX, same thing again. Seat is rubbish. I took one out. Oh God, what was it? I took out this week. Customer's bike. Oh God, bloody thing. ER. It was Kawasaki ER, Andy. I think it was a 650.
ERN?
Yeah.
Or an ERF?
Oh, ERF 650. Yeah, ERF, I think it was. Kawasaki ERF. And I sat on it and I went, Jesus Christ. I was only MOT and I went, Jesus Christ. I said, how do you ride this thing? And he went, what? I went, because I had to get off of it. I said, it's giving me bloody leg cramps. And that's just doing the MOT. How do you ride the damn thing? And he went, well, I find it comfortable. And I went, I'm going to have to step off for a minute, stretch my legs out, got back on to do the brake test. And within about 30 seconds, I was getting cramp in my right leg. And I said to him, I said, have you moved the pegs on this or something? No, that's how it comes. And I went, Jesus. And he went, oh, yeah. I said, what's your inside leg? And he went, 28. And I went, oh, that explains it then. And he went, why is that? I said, because I'm 32 inside leg. I've got really long legs. I said, my legs are, every time I sit on the bike, my legs are cramping because they're up under my chin. And he went, oh, yeah. He said, but I did try about 5 or 6 bikes until I found the right one. And that is what you should be doing. go, everyone said, oh, I love this bike. I'd love to have a H2, but I can't get over the bloody tank on it. I'd like to go and have a Damon Hypersport, but it's not the bike for me. But sit on a bike, try it, and see what it feels like before you go and shell out all your money. And it'll be exactly the same when I go out and ride this GS 1250. I love the look of Andy's GS, but when I do the review on it,
are you getting the tall version, or are they getting you a low chassis?
They're getting me because he said to me, he said, how long are you in the leg? And I went 32. I said, but I've sat on my friend's one. And he went, oh, that's all right. He said, when you come over, we'll set the bike up for you to ride before you even pull out. So he said, that's what we do for everybody. We said, we set the bike up to how you want it before you even take.
I know 100% if I hadn't got the low frame, because obviously with an 8, I think the standard one is something like an 890 to 920 seat height on the standard GSA. But if I hadn't have got the low suspension or the low chassis version, that bike would have been over on its arse at least 10 times by now.
Yeah. Howie's just said, I can't see TMF admitting to getting arse blisters. He does every weekend, doesn't he? Absolutely. Another month, I'll be back on it. Yeah, definitely meet up. Yeah. I haven't seen Carl do a video in absolutely ages, but obviously Carl's not been doing stuff because he's not been a well boy. So
it's not like video season, is it? It's them roads are covered in. I was out today and I was up right up through Cambridgeshire, and even in the van, it was just sliding all over the place. The roads are covered in muck.
Bottom butter. I've never heard. How we Steve, I was getting a Hornet on a Hornet. Mrs. Cox, it was getting blistered. Brilliant service. Yeah, that's where I'm getting the bike from. Wollaston, yeah, Northampton Motorrad. Great bunch of guys up there, and I know most of them.
I'm getting a recall done on the bike next week. I'm up in Wollaston.
Yeah, definitely do not go to the other one down in Hemel Hempstead. They are
Welling, Lynn.
Yeah, Ling's BMW in Welling, I would avoid like the plague. Yeah, because their technicians don't know what they're doing. Horny on a Hornet. That was it, Grey Wolf. Yeah, horny on a Hornet. Right, I'm going to post the StreamYard link up one more time. If anybody wants to come and join me and Andy, I take it Andy's got the weekend off.
Yeah, my last weekend off till the end of March.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Then you're back on it. Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, so we've got rid of our Honda Hornet. That 600 went. The R1's gone. And I'm running low on bikes in the show. I'm down to literally 4 used bikes at the moment. When we started season, we had 10, so I'm down to 4 now. But trying to get secondhand decent bikes, good God, we was trolling through the dealer bikes today. Now most of the dealer bikes are Superbike Factory, but it's like the dealer trade on Superbike Factory. And we were looking at bikes, and I said, "Oh, that's quite a nice one." 636 Kawasaki Ninja. Yeah, 600 Ninja. It's 4 years old. What's the going? They want $8,500 for it, and I'm like, "Are you having a laugh?" I said they sell for 10 brand new, and it's a 4-year-old bike. Are people getting stupid? And secondhand, for instance, 125 Honda, Andy. So 4-year-old 125 Honda CBF. They retail around about the 4.5 mark. Have a guess how much it was.
I reckon they're asking for about 3.7.
Yeah, they were asking for 3.5 on it. 4-year-old bike. All right, it's only done, I think, 6,000 miles.
They hold their money, but
yeah. But everything is stupid money at the moment, and you're not going to get it unless it's the first time buyer that's thinking, "Oh, I'm getting a bargain. It's second hand and it's 600 quid cheaper than the brand new one." Yeah, but it's only done 6,000 miles though. Yeah, No, not happening, mate. Not happening. Just waiting for someone to come on the stream. What, TMF getting a horn? Did his mate lamb chops pop? I was going to put up a video. I've got it stored on the computer, but it is very, very bad taste. Howie's been gate crashing people, and I thought, oh, I'll copy on the gate crash. And I've done, it's basically me doing bacon chops and coffee pot 2. I've got a coffee pot on my head, and I've got a couple of bacon strips down the side of my head being bacon chops. I thought, no, I'm going to hold back on that because it could upset a few people, especially Bruce. But some people might see it as tongue in cheek. I might release it April the 1st and just do it as something a little bit silly, but I'm holding back on that. It was Howie that started it, so I can blame Howie for that as well. Rowley's sitting down. I'm just waiting for Rowley to get his camera up as well. So StreamYard link is up, guys.
I've got one on the bike to sort out. It's in the process of being done at the minute. It's basically, I've had so many people ask me, where'd you get this bit? Where'd you get that bit? What's this? What's that bit? And the majority of the bits that I've purchased for the bike, all barring a few that I've sort of gone against, have all been from AliExpress. Now, a lot of that stuff I've had on the bike between 12 months and 8 months. So I'm going to do a little what's worth getting and what ain't. Because obviously people say it's like the rear hugger. You go to Nippy Norman, he wants 176 quid for the rear hugger. I paid 25 quid from AliExpress. 12 months down the line, it's immaculate. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. And then there's a couple of bits that I bought that are a waste of money. So yeah, I've got that coming up and a few other bits.
It's like because Peaky's gone and bought those. I think it's the Lomo bags.
Yeah, he's got the Lomo. I went for a German brand on mine. I can't remember what they are. They're a bit more than Peaky's, but yeah. Again, that's another product I wouldn't get from.
Bruce Teapot 1 will probably be at the wild. But do you know what? Bruce is a big old boy. He must be about 6'2", 6'4", but he is the nicest guy you will ever meet. Because when we were up at not this year's one, but last year's one, I bumped into Bruce on the stand. I went, hello, and he went, oh bloody hell, Rev, and he actually recognised. You think how many people Bruce meets over the course of a year, and he still remembered me. And I went, oh, good to see. And I said, shame Richie ain't here. And he went, oh, Richie's sitting down there in the corner. And he gave me a little bit of a wave. And I went, how you doing, Richie? And he went, yeah. He said, I said, he said, Missy's not with you. And I went, nah. He said, isn't it your missus that likes me singing my country music? And I went, yeah. And he went, oh, and I actually messaged Mel and said, I'm here with Richie. I phoned her out and he went, hello, Mel, how are you? Good to hear you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, hang on a minute, Motovlogger, it's actually taken 5 minutes to say hello to my missus and he's never met her. So Richie's a nice guy, but Missenden, he went off and did his own thing. So, here we go. I've taken all my gate crash stuff. It's only ever tongue in cheek. You should have left it up, Howie. I thought it was great fun. But yeah, I might do it. I might put the video up. I might not. It was just a bit of tongue in cheek. I have got one that is coming up in probably about a week's time. And it's a little bit of a cock up in the workshop. I'm not going to say what it is, but I happen to be videoing a bike at the time, doing a walk round on a bike, and there's a huge bang from behind me, and someone goes, and it's where my mechanics he's gone to put the airline. He's plugged the nozzle in. The nozzle's blocked and the airline's exploded in his hand. But it's hilarious. Luckily, it only bruised his hand. But yeah, 100 psi coming down an airline is not something to be sniffed at. But I managed to catch it on camera. It's just the look on his face. You're thinking, have you hurt your hand or have you filled your pants? Because it did half go off with a bang. There we go. Let me just go on some of these. Yeah, top bloke is Bruce.
For put it
Yeah.
on YouTube.
Mr. Fish. Oh, he's good at. The other one that I would love to catch up with is good old Beans on Toast from London. Beansy is a great guy. Here we go. Heads up, TMF sometimes goes to the Wild Bad Weekender. Well, he ain't having a cup of coffee off of me. Yeah, exactly. And talking of things that happen down under, let's flip across. We are going down here, down to Australia, to catch up with the man that has got probably one of the best bikes on this planet, the M109R. It's our very own Rowley. Evening, buddy.
Yeah,
Evening,
guys. I had, sorry, I couldn't jump straight on. I had, my other camera is not in possession of myself. So I had to use my backup camera, and this one's a bit distorted and crap. But anyway, how are you?
Yeah, we're good. How's the weather down there?
Up and down, really up and down. One day it'll be around about 38, 39 degrees. The next day it's 20. Yeah, all over the shop.
Bikes all good?
Way?
Are the bikes all good?
Yeah, I still got to do the front brake on the Ninja, but I'm not in any hurry to do that because it's this time of year. It's too warm to ride it. So yeah, but apart from that, the M109's running really good.
Good. I love that bike. I still love that bike, Rowley. You know that.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's not a bad one to have in the stable as a summer bike. That's for sure.
Exactly. And if you haven't heard, obviously, Rhythmic Biker now has the ZX14.
I know that. Yeah. How's he getting on with it?
He's doing all right. He's getting used to it. As I said to him, when you buy it, just respect that power.
Yeah.
Because going from a Sprint to the ZZR is going to be like going from 125 to 1000 cc.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But he's enjoying it. He's taking shed loads of photos, as you would expect from someone with a new bike. So I did remind, but yeah, he's absolutely loving the bike. So yeah, I was going to try and get Rhythmic on tonight, but knowing him, he's probably out either riding it or into different coffee shops to get himself a coffee on the bike.
That's it. Yeah,
getting ready to polish it.
Yeah, he'd be strutting around, buffing his nails, going, "Yeah, you got this, buddy." But no, that's good. At least he's still alive. That's the main thing.
Oh God, yeah, he's had it. I think he's had it about a week and a bit now, so he's not killed himself on it yet.
You've ridden that one, haven't you?
I haven't ridden his, but I have had a sense. Yeah, we had one on our bike forecourt up for sale. Was Gen 1, but I took it out because I think it was about 4 weeks after I'd had the crash on the 125. And I did say to Phil the boss, I went, love that bike. It's got loads of power, but I can't get over the tank because it's real. I still suffer with lower back problems now. But obviously when the GTR come in and I took it out, because I'd found Z-Head that had got the ZZR, and obviously I like this bike. Yeah, okay. And then obviously the GTR had come in. I took it out the first weekend and went, do you know what? This is comfortable. It's not. And then obviously went on YouTube and started searching GTR 1400, and then obviously found Simon. And then started messaging Simon saying, "What's this bike like?" But oh, whereabouts are you? Oh, we're in Bletchley. Oh, so am I. And then he came up the garage on his, and I said to him, "I'm going to take it out for another weekend and have a ride with you." And then obviously through that found Andy. So everybody's a friend of a friend. And obviously we caught up with Stevie as well with his Harley and bits and pieces. I think he's got KTM now as well, hasn't he, Andy?
Who?
Stevie.
Well, Crouchy, he's always had the KTM. Harley was the second one.
So obviously we caught up with Steve, and then through that met other people. But ever since owning the GTR, I don't think I'm going to have another bike unless, if I win the lottery and have something nice in. I do like the Harley we've got in. I would love an M109. But getting them in the UK, they are literally like rocking horse poo. You can't find them for love or money.
Yeah, right.
Unless, and the ones that are here have been seriously modified and look absolutely ugly. I want just the original as it came out the showroom.
Out the box. Yep.
Yeah, but it's some people like some bikes, some people like another. I like the GS as well. Would I have a tour? Would I step to a GS? Probably would if I had the money. I'll make do with the GTR for the moment. But actually,
the GTR,
my Tommy mates. How's it going in the old Penal Connolly?
But the GTRs are a bloody good bike. They really are. You'd tour around the globe on those things without a problem.
Exactly, and they're just such a low revving bike as well. So you literally just poddle along in 6th gear doing 1500 RPM as well.
Yeah.
But
what sort of range do you get out of your tank on yours?
On mine, I can normally get about 200.
Mile or K?
Miles.
Right,
which is
okay.
I filled up. Oh God, and I'm talking July of last year. It was £25 to fill my tank. Now it's costing me 38.
Yeah.
Because petrol prices have gone through the roof. But I can get a decent. If I'm heavy on the throttle, I can get it down to 30, 32 to the gallon. If I'm taking my time, I can average 47.
Jeez.
Which isn't. Yeah. See, I'm getting about 46 playing, and then I get about 52 to 55 on a run.
It just depends, because backwards and forwards to super sausage, you don't get time to warm up.
I get about 185 Ks out of mine.
I get anywhere. Depends on riding style. Anywhere between 300 to 400 miles on the tank.
Yeah, I'm nowhere near it.
It's a 30-litre tank.
Yeah, Simon's fork seals have gone on his bike, but he should have his new forks by now, actually.
The forks turned up when I was at Darren's the other day. All the forks and that turned up, but the inners and the other bits and bobs hadn't turned up. So Darren said, I'm not doing half a job. I'm waiting for the rest of them to turn up, and then I'll put it together. The internals never turn up, apparently.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, because the next one is obviously he's got to do mine next, because he's got to do my fork seals for me. So as soon as Simon's is off the ramp, he can have mine.
Hopefully yours ain't pitted like Simon's.
No, mine are lovely and shiny, thank God. So I'm literally, I would do it myself. It's just that I haven't got the ramp time in the garage to do it. I'm on one bike every hour. For the next, I think 4 or 5 days, I've literally got so many bikes in. We had a little motocrosser in. The guy brought it in, running issues, and he filled it up with the cheap E10 fuel, not the E5. Got it running. Did a tank drain on it, new fuel in it, got the bike running, and then obviously phoned his mum and said, "Bike's running. It's all good. It's all good to go, apart from the fact that the bike is illegal." And she went, "What do you mean it's illegal?" I went, "Well, you've got an L plate on the front, but you've got no learner plate on the rear number plate." And she went, "Oh no, it keeps falling off." So he's taped one to the back of his crash helmet.
That's different.
Okay, well, I'll put you a new learner plate on. But apart from that, I said, "Where's your brake light at the back is just literally hanging down on a piece of cable." And she went, "Yeah, it's been like that for the last 4 weeks." And I went, "Yeah, but that's a position light. Where's the brake light?" And she went, "Oh, it's in that unit at the back." I went, "No, the wire's broken." He's had no rear brake light for the last, however, since that's fell off, because the wire's broken off.
Just went, what you need on a motorbike.
Yeah. I said, "You do realise if a car comes around a corner and he's braking, that all the car is going to see is one single light. They're not going to see a brake light. He's going to get slammed from behind." She went, "Well, how much is a new brake light for it?" I went, £25. And she went, "Oh," I said, well, have you test ridden the bike?" And I went, "I'm not taking that bike out without a rear brake light. It's illegal, and I refuse to ride it. I'm not risking my safety for the
Yeah.
fact that your lad can't be bothered to put a brake light on it. So we've ordered the
Fair
brake
enough.
light. That's all done. I'm working on that Tuesday. But it's like it's when people come in and go, oh, you know, my bike's doing this, my bike's doing that. Quick one for Carl. 4 years ago, 15 quid. Last year, 27. Yeah, exactly. 130 on a tank. We had oh God, what was it? An Iska coming this week. Next Moto Iska. And the guy went, oh, my chain's come off and it's wrapped around the swing arm, but I've managed to get the chain off. And it had snapped the chain. And I said to him, I said, right, I said, look at the state of your sprocket. And he went, what? I said, your teeth are sharper than chef's knives. The sprockets were literally like dead points. There was no U between them. Yeah. And I said to him, that's the reason your chain's broke, because your sprocket has eaten your chain. And he went, oh, I said, I'll quote you for a sprocket set and to change it out. And I thought it was quite reasonable, 230 quid to change it out with a DI. And I'm talking DID, O-ring chain set, decent JT sprockets on it. And he went, oh, that's too much money for me. I only wanted to spend like 60 quid on it. What? You're not going to get a chain. Oh, no, I've been on the Chinese motorcycle parts website and I can get the cheap chain and cheap sprockets for 60 quid. All right. Yeah, I'll get my mate to fit them. And I went, yeah. I said, but you do realise if you buy a decent set that's going to last you 2 years, and in 6-7 months' time, you're going to be changing your chain and sprocket again.
Yeah.
And he couldn't see the fact that you've got to spend money for decent parts rather than keep buying cheap parts all the time. No, I just want to do it on the cheap, mate. It'll last.
The thing is, people haven't got the money. That's the problem nowadays. If you've got the money, great, but it's easy saying, oh, it's 230 quid. But if you're struggling to keep the lights on in the house, 230 quid's a lot of money.
Exactly, yeah.
But what can you do? You do the best you can with the money you got at the time, I suppose.
Yeah, but it's like because obviously my little, if you didn't know, Rowley, my little red bag of shit that my Picanto has gone. I have got rid of the car.
Really?
I had a deal come in beginning of the week. Phil that owns the garage has bought. He buys secondhand cars, and he said to me, he said, I've got a nice little car coming. It's a BMW 116i. Oh, little coupe BMW. I only want 900 quid for it, and I went, that's not bad. And he went, have it for a couple of days. If you like the car, you can have it. And we'll do a trade on it. And I went, all right. So I took it home the first night, brought it back next day, and I went, do you know what? It's not a bad car. I'm going to have that 900 quid. I'll have it. And then our junior mechanic, he said to me, he said, well, I want a car to learn driving, but I don't want an expensive car in case I crash it. I went, you can have my little red Picanto for 300 quid. So the car's cost me £600.
That's good value.
The thing was, I bought the Picanto 4 years ago for 400, so I've lost £100 in 4 years. So it's but I service my cars religiously, like my bikes. So I've had the car for literally 3 days, and then they were going on the planner yesterday, and our other mechanic, Cameron, he said to me, he said, your BMW's in tomorrow. What's wrong with it? And I went, service. And he went, you've only had it 2 days. And I went, yeah, but I want an oil and filter change banged on it before I even start driving it. And he went, oh, yeah, but it was only serviced like 4 months ago. And I went, I don't care. I want you to do an oil and filter, check the car over, give it a health check. If there's anything it needs doing, advise me and I'll pay for it. And he went over the entire car and he went, car's good. Service is done. Yeah, brilliant. Of course, he's sat in the car. He's short-legged. I've gone to move the seat back. As I've moved the seat back, the bloody airbag lights come on, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
And you've got a cable under the seat, so I reckon I've pulled one of the wires out the seat as I've moved the seat back. But
of course, if you'd get one for that price here.
But the boss's son, obviously Taylor, he said to me, he said, no, he said the 116 is prone for that cable missing. And I went, all right, or cracking or breaking. And he went, what you want to do is an ABS delete. And I went, what's that? He said, get underneath with a soldering iron and solder. He said it deletes the ABS off that seat, deletes the airbag off that seat. And I went, And then he said to me, the other thing to do, the BMW 116 was prone to clutch judder. As you pull away, they were a bit juddery on the clutch. They've got what's called a CVD at the front, which is a clutch valve. He said, what you want to do is do the CVD. So you basically unbolt the clutch valve, take the pipe, move it up and plug it back in, and it deletes the clutch valve. You go on with diagnostics and delete the clutch valve out. You get a smooth pedal. And I went, he's already done it.
Yeah.
I've got a lovely smooth clutch now. It's like,
few tips and tricks and you're good.
30 minutes to do a clutch delete, and it's literally that quick to do it.
Yeah.
So if you own a BMW 116 front end, get rid of that clutch valve. 30 minutes to do that and just bleed the clutch up again.
Not bad at all.
Quick one from Carl. Ordered the Peugeot 3008 brand new. Should be here. Oh no, he's bought. Carl, you've probably bought one of the. I'm not going to say it's one of the worst cars that Peugeot have done. But there are two things on the Peugeot 3008 you've got to watch for: head gasket and timing belt. So if it's a new one, happy days, but you need to be changing your timing belt about 50,000 miles or 3 years. We had a Citroen C3 came to us. Customer bought it. A very good customer. I've just bought a second-hand car, and I went, all right. He said, but the oil light keeps coming up. Stop car, oil pressure. Get it in. It's got a full tank of oil. The engine's good. I'm thinking, So we've got into it. We've drained the oil. It came out literally like liquid tar. It was dripping out the bottom of the engine. I'm like, sump off the whole bottom of the, because you've got your oil pump at the bottom of the pickup strainer. The whole pickup strainer was full of rubber. What
is that diesel? Was it diesel?
It's a diesel, but what company?
DPF's had it.
No. What it was, it runs normally on a car. The timing belt is on the outside of the engine, or you have a timing chain.
Yeah.
The Citroen C3 runs a wet belt. The timing belt is inside the engine with the oil.
Right, that's weird.
Yeah. So what happens? The oil starts getting thick. It degrades the belt, and then the belt starts falling apart and blocks the pickup.
Nice.
Yeah. Only the French would think of putting the timing belt inside the engine.
I just had all my belt, and that changed last year on mine.
Absolute nightmare. But it's 5.5 hours to change the timing belt on a Citroen C3. On a normal car, you can probably do it in a couple of hours because everything's external. Lock it all up, get it top dead center, lock the pins up, and bang the new belt on or bang on the new timing chain. Citroen C3, pain in the ass. Let me just go. There we go. What's that now?
Matt's saying the cube's got a chain. That's a good thing.
Yeah. One good thing about... I'll tell you what, the little Nissan Cube's great. Our MOT tester's got one, and he said to me he loves his Cube. It's a great little car. It just, them things are bomb-proof. The engines on those are bomb-proof.
Don't see too many of them around here for some reason.
I'll tell you what, the best engine they ever did, and probably old enough to remember it, Rolly, is the old Ford Prefect engine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Great little 4-cylinder engine, and them things were the same as the old Rover V8s. The Rover V8s have been used in so many engines now, and it was the baseline for most V8 engines.
Except for Triumph. Triumph did a big screw up with their 3500s, didn't they?
Yeah.
They're an engineering cock up.
Exactly.
But the 3500s in the others, they're good.
I see a lot of the drag cars in the UK now are either you've got the Jag V what was it, the Rover V8 or the Jag V6, or the Jag V12. As Carl said, the Capri 3 litre. That was all based around they're all based around the same engine.
Had the 2.8, didn't they? They had a 2 litre, had the laser.
Mm. And the engines on those were absolutely bomb-proof. The Capri is still a good selling car. You know,
the old 2 litre Ford Escort was a good engine too.
yeah. Here we go. Gus has just said this is turning into Top Gear. Yeah, but if we're talking bikes, you know, if you're talking bike engines, then I'm going to say Suzuki Bandit. You know, the Suzuki Bandit 600 engine.
Yeah,
You couldn't go far wrong with them.
The old Z9, you wouldn't go far wrong with them.
Exactly, ZX9s, ZX7s. You know, they're all based around and
BMW K100.
Yeah, the CX500, the old vertical twin.
Yeah.
CX500 was a lovely engine. And then, oh God, what was the other one that I used to have? The Moto Guzzi Le Mans engine. That was the same engine.
Yeah, yeah.
And there was about 3 or 4 bikes that I had really early when I was young.
That's right.
And then Laverda Jota. You can't get a Laverda Jota for love or money now. That was one of my very first bikes. Moto Guzzi Le Mans Mark II. And then my cousin, Georgie, that I used to, you know, obviously I still chat with him. And he had an Alan Rickman racer. I'll tell you what, that Rickman 900, it was based on the Kawasaki, but the Rickman chassis on it was absolutely lovely. I think Crafty's trying to get on the stream tonight, but he's trying to get his camera to connect. So as soon as you're on, Crafty, give us a shout. Long as we don't cancel Clarkson. If you haven't seen the latest episode of Clarkson's Farm, I don't know if you watched Jeremy Clarkson Down Under, Clarkson's Farm, Rowley.
Funny.
We've got it here. I've only seen the odd episode of it though.
Yeah, he's doing this thing called Hawkstone Lager, and he's promoting his own beer. And he went, "This is Hawkstone." They've done one with the tractor guy, and he said, "What have you bought your mum and dad for Christmas? What have you got, mum?" Hawkstone Lager. Hawkstone style, whatever. What have you got your dad? Yeah. What have you got your sister? Hawkstone. But isn't she pregnant? Yeah, but she can drink it in 9 months. But old Clarkson's doing very, very well for himself. Now he's got into the farming business. But you know, good luck to the guy. You know, if you can market something and push it to the limit where the public are going to go.
Prime now, isn't he?
Yeah.
They've dropped him now. He won't be doing anymore.
He won't be doing well. He does get very near the knuckle though, doesn't he?
Yeah, they've dropped him, haven't they?
Yeah.
That Caleb made me laugh when he said about his son. When his son was born. Have you seen the series, the latest one that's out?
No, I haven't yet.
Caleb goes, well, where is it they are? What's the name of that place where they are?
Oh, Diddley Squat Farm.
Yeah, it's Diddley Squat Farm, but what's the area?
Oh, God, I don't know, actually.
Yeah, we were saying, well, I was born here. My parents were born here. My grandparents were all born here. He said, my son was born in Oxford, so he's a foreigner. Yeah, because his son was born in Oxford, he keeps calling him a foreigner. Buddy.
MT just said, have you seen the drag racing Bond bug with the turbo Hayabusa engine? We had a guy that came in for an MOT. He brought a quad bike in, and I said to him, "Oh, what quad you got?" "Oh, I've got a Yamaha Raptor." And I'm thinking, "Oh, all right, it's a 700 series, yeah." Booked him in, and you basically MOT it like you would a car, Class 4 MOT. He brought this thing in, and when it pulled in, I'm like, Jesus Christ, that is fucking loud. It got Yoshimura, full stainless Yoshimura system on it, twin. And I went, what the hell are you running in that? That's not the 700. He went, no, it's a full-blown race R1 engine ported to stage 2. And I went, what's it like? He went, basically, he said, you put it in, he said, you have to pull away in 2nd or 3rd gear. He said, if you pull in 1st, you'll just rip the clutch to shreds. He said, so I tend to pull away in 2nd or 3rd gear. He said, but 0 to 60, you're probably looking around about 2 seconds. And I'm like, nuts.
But is that road registered, is it?
And it's a road legal quad as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he most of the quads have like the off-road tires on. He'd got full Pirelli race tires on this thing.
Jeez.
So, you know, when I saw it, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, you know, this is a bit of kit and all. And I went, how much did you pay for it? He said, I bought it secondhand off of eBay. He said, I paid just short of £1,700 for it because it was a mess. He said, I've done this to it. I've done. How much have you spent on it? And he went, Christ, at least 10 grand.
Wow.
He said, but and it's all, he's had everything chromed on it. It's chrome and black. Twin headlights. He's got Denali lights on the front of it. He's spent a lot of money on it. I said, what's it like to ride? He went, it's great. He said, but everywhere I go, he said, literally within about 10 minutes of riding, I've got a cop car behind me with the lights on. I'll do another 5 miles, cop car behind me with the lights on. He said, it does. He said, now he said, basically, they put my number plate on the AMPR database to basically say this bike is road legal. You do not need to pull it over. Yeah, he was getting stopped 6 to 10 times a week. And he said, I just couldn't ride anywhere because everywhere I went, I kept the police car were up behind and just, oh, yeah, you're going to be a hoodlum, you know, youngster riding. And the guy was in his 40s. He said, I just like quad bikes. He said, I don't feel comfortable on 2 wheels.
Yeah, yeah.
So he wanted something with 4 wheels that he could just blat around on, but get the feel of wearing a crash helmet and that. And I said to him, you know, at the end of the day, you know, you do what's comfortable for yourself. You don't ride to any other people's, you know, you ride to please yourself, not anybody else. And he went, yeah, he said, I just love this bike. He said, but I'm just sick to death of getting pulled over by the police. But good bit of kit. Right, let me just go through.
Here on the road.
Oh, here we go. Clarkson said they're doing another one. Dropped a big hint this week. Here we go. Off the A361 in the Cotswolds. Chipping Norton. That was it. Yeah. Chadlington. That's the one. So, yeah, that's where Clarkson is. All good fun. How many we still got watching? Bloody hell, there's still 19 people watching this crap. Right, we're going to be signing off soon. Andy, plans for the weekend, apart from the bike show?
That's about it, really. I am toying with the idea of going over to Harley Watford and then popping up to Northampton to have a look at the Indians. Because I do want to get a second bike in the stable this year. But other than the bike show, not a lot.
Rowley, what are your plans for this weekend?
Another YouTuber, Bolt Bucket. He's just bought another. Yeah, he's just bought another car. And about 3 attempts of getting it up to my place at least last night. So it's got a dead alternator. So we're off to the wreckers to get another alternator for it. It's a 1994, almost becoming a bit of a classic. And I'm sure it'll be featuring on his YouTube channel at some stage. But yeah, we're going to go through it mechanically today and see what it's all about. And yeah, might encumber, spilling over into Sunday as well. But yeah, playing cars, that's it.
Excellent. Just a couple of quick ones, people, before you go. If you haven't seen Andy's video over here, ride out to the gasoline juice. Go and watch his. If you haven't watched Rowley's video down here, and don't spoil it for me because I haven't watched it yet, Ride to the Sun. Rowley does some really weird videos. He does his bike stuff, but he does other little bits as well. So go and check out Rowley's Roland Keefe on the stream. As I say, down below in the description is oh god, we're upside down. Yeah, we're on training now. As I say, in the stream, check out the links down below. Is a list of all the motor vloggers I follow. Roland is down there as well. You can go and check out all Rowley's content. Just a quick thanks to everybody that has been in tonight. So IB Charles, MT Belly, John Dyard McLean, Cole Dutz, Howie 702, Grey Wolf, Gus, Simon Brackett, Hachiwi. I believe Hachiwi's down in New Zealand. He's just across the road from obviously Rowley.
No, he's mainland as well. He's over in New South Wales.
Oh, he's mainland, and he so he's another down under. IB Charles, seen them both. So brilliant. IB Charles, brilliant guys. Rowley's recovering from the probing he got. We won't go down that route.
No, we won't.
If you haven't, are we talking doctors and your annual checkup?
No. He's referring to the absolute last video I did, which was only just a few seconds long. I was just testing out my GoPro on night lapse, and I took a bit of the stars rotating around, and then I sort of made it a bit funny by making it like aliens.
I thought it was probing as in prostate.
Yeah. No.
E.T.'s finger.
Yeah, the last, believe it or not, I had my because obviously I'm over 50 now, so I have to have a prostate check every year. My doctor, I happen to know very personal because I went to school with him, and he had a little bit of a laugh with me. He said to me, "Oh, it's your annual prostate checkup," and I'm like, "Do I really have to come this year?" Yeah, but don't worry, I do hundreds a year, so don't worry about it. And I went, all right. So it's like on your side, get your leg up. We're just gonna. And I went, Jesus H Christ, take your time. And he went, don't worry, I've got both hands on your shoulders. And I'm like, oh, you're such a. And he does it every year. And he said to me, believe it or not, he said it actually having a sense of humor actually relaxes you because it makes the test really easy to do. So. But as I say, if you're getting checked over, guys, get yourself checked out every year. And believe it or not, the biggest cause of prostate, one guy actually said to me, the biggest cause of prostate cancer is motorcycle riding, because where you're sat, the seat is constantly vibrating and rubbing. So that's something to learn. Let me just go through the last couple of comments. Cheers, all very family friendly. Yeah, it was very family friendly tonight when it was. We didn't have Peaky or Simon in going off. Enjoy the motorbike show, Andy. Take it, Andy will probably do a video. So Gus can't go out because he's stuck indoors with a COVID. Get well soon, Gus. And let me just go. Yeah, Andy's going to probably take his GoPro. So. Thanks to everybody that came on the stream tonight. Much appreciated. Thank you for your time on a Friday night. If you're down at the bike show, catch up with Andy. Look out for the jacket. Look out for the hat. You'll probably catch up with him. Go and check out Rowley down below. List of all the bikers in the description down below. Go and check out all the bikers that we follow. We shall probably be at the Super Sausage on Sunday. Probably catch up with Solo Moto UK. But until next weekend, guys, or next week, whatever you're doing, be well, ride safe. From Andy GSO Tractor, Mr. Rowley down below, Roland Keith, all the team here at the live stream on a Friday night. Be well, ride safe, and from RB, it's a big goodbye from me. Take care, everybody. Enjoy the weekend.
Take care, all.